Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is another game from round one of our league tournament that happened at Die Hard Games on September 11th, 2025. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format everyone wants. September League Challenge, September 25th at 6 p.m. League Cup, Saturday, September 27th at 12 p.m. And October Pokeween 2025. Details coming soon. All Central Time, all at Die Hard Games. Go see more info in this video's description and check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events at the shop, such as league challenges, league cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's jump into this game that is heavily underway. On the left, we have Gholdengo with a pretty developed board. Gholdengo Joltik, of course. Or is it Joltik Gholdengo? Let me know in the comments below. Either way, they've got a Gholdengo in the active spot, powered up, ready to attack. They have an Iron Hands on the bench that is also powered up, but heavily damaged, and those are the threats over on the left. On the right, we have Stevens, Metagross. Looks like a couple of Metagross already powered up with that full metal lab in play, reducing damage done to metal type Pokemon by 30. So let's hop in here and see where the action is and where it will take us for the rest of this round one. Looks like there was a deck search happening there off of an Arvin. That supporter card allowed the player to search their deck for a item card and a tool card. Just the superior item card, superior energy retrieval, pulled out of the deck with that Arvin. That item card has the player discard 2 cards from their hand in order to get up to 4 basic energy cards from the discard pile back into their hand. That's exactly what this Gholdengo deck wants to do, get all the basic energy in hand in order to make it rain. Gholdengo's attack, 50 damage for each basic energy you discard from your hand. So can they get enough energy in hand this turn to clean up the KO on this Metagross that has 40 damage on it currently? Looks like it's just a discard of 4 basic energy cards, so 200 damage with the Make It Rain attack, minus 30 thanks to the full metal lab there. 170 damage would bring that Metagross up to 210 if I'm calculating everything correct. Damage goes on the Metagross and play resumes over on the right hand side with a draw per turn. Steven's Metagross is newish to me, so I'll go ahead and let you guys know a little bit about that card. 340 HP it has with the ability X Boot. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a basic Psychic Energy card, a basic Metal Energy card, or one of each, and attach them to your Psychic Pokemon and Metal Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. It also has the Metal Stomp attack for a Metal Energy and colorless Metal Stomp, 200 damage. So solid Pokemon, solid attacker, solid support. Should I say it's solid one more time? Either way, our player is going to move on and play this Ultra Ball here, discarding 2 cards from the hand to search the deck for a Pokemon, basic or evolution. Have it your way today. We ain't even going to hold the pickles, the lettuce, or the mustard as our player searches their deck for a Pokemon. They also were able to thin some cards they didn't need any more out of the deck with the discards on that Ultra Ball. Now, something interesting here is with the 210 damage on that Metagross that has 340 HP. Let me bust out my calculator here. It has 130 HP remaining, just 10 more than what this Iron Hands EX and its Amp You Very Much attack can do. It deals 120 damage, the Amp You Very Much on that Iron Hands EX. And then if a Pokemon's knocked out by that attack, you take an additional prize card. So almost there. On the Gholdengo's player's next turn to take a 3 prize turn with that Iron Hands EX on this Metagross, assuming, the board state stays how it is now, but with 130 HP remaining, just 10 short. It's always just 10 damage, it seems, since I've been paying attention in 2015. It looks like a Dedenne EX is the target of the Ultra Ball here. And I believe our players are discussing whether the Dedenne is benched after it's pulled out of the deck with Ultra Ball or just put into the hand. And I believe they ultimately agree that it goes to the hand. So our players are discussing that here. And yeah, that was something interesting I noted with the oh, never mind. So I gave that big old speech about the the Iron Hands being 10 short, and I completely forgot about the Full Metal Lab. I could hear you guys typing in the comments section already. So yeah, the Iron Hands EX is actually 40 damage short. So never mind. What I said would have been relevant if that stadium was not in play, but with it in play, definitely not even a consideration. I'm sure our player was well aware of that. As the Dedenne EX goes into hand, Monkey Dory is actually found with a Nest Ball next and put into that empty bench slot. Currently is no KO on board as the Metagross is doing 200 HP, at least against the active Gholdengo EX. So just going to swing for 200 damage, minus 30 thanks to the Full Metal Lab, 170 goes on to that Gholdengo EX, and then it is their turn again over on the left. Top deck that Superior Energy Retrieval, discarding 2 cards from hand to bring back 4 basic energy cards from the discard pile to their hand. Now they definitely can clean up the KO on this Metagross EX. Let's see here, it has 210. So if they do 170 again by discarding 4 energy cards, they would get the KO with 130 remaining. Oh yeah, and maybe not even have to discard the 4. Either way, enough to get the KO on this heavily damaged Metagross EX. Stevens, of course, this Gholdengo can. And then take 2 prize cards. Then the player can rely on Iron Hands EX Boss's Orders for 2 prize cards. Amp you very much to clean up the game. That appears to be a route to victory for our Gholdengo player here. Let's see what they decide to do. They're actually going to attach a Meadow Energy to the active Pokemon in order to play Retreat into the Iron Hands EX. And then they're going in for the boss's order play I just discussed now, bringing up that Monkey Dory EX, amp you very much for the KO, take 2 prize cards. Okay. I probably would have done it the way I said, use that sequencing of KOing the Metagross now with the energy you had and just put into hand now with that superior energy retrieval. Take 2 prize cards, go down to 2, and then either your Gholdengo gets knocked out or your Iron Hands get knocked out, and either one of those can clean up the game with the Gholdengo in the active spot. It was more likely to be knocked out, leaving the Iron Hands to move up and the boss already in hand. Though an Iono or something could have shuffled the boss into the deck. Either way, you play towards your outs, and that was a route to victory our player did have. But either way, they're the player. I'm just chilling here in the professor's lab talking about some Pokemon, watching them play. So let's just see how it plays out here. As Metagross EX on the right, clean Metagross moves into the active spot and play resumes there, getting a maximum belt, that pink Ace Spec tool card, Does 50 plus damage to the opposing opponent's EX Pokemon. So 250 that Metagross is swinging with now. Air Balloon gets attached to the bench. And I apologize, I had to pause the recording there, so sorry for warping around here on you guys as we see some air balloons, like I think I was saying previously, getting attached to a couple of bench Pokemon, giving them -2 to their retreat cost. Almost as good as Float Stone. Pretty much acts like it in every instance it's used, but Super Rod now shuffling back a couple resources into the deck, a Pokemon and 2 basic energy cards, thanks to that most Super Rod there. Back in format, been back for a little while there, but I don't think they're bringing back that Floatstone as much as I would like them to. Either way, enough about the past. Let's worry about the present here as our players shuffling up after that Super Rod here. And they definitely have the KO on this heavily damaged Iron Hands, and that is the current threat on the opponent's board. And then they slap them with an Iono. That supporter card has both players shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of their deck, and then draw from the top cards equal to their remaining prize cards, 2 and 4 for our players here. So that disruption, that boss going, that if the boss was held on that last turn, it would have went to the bottom of the deck there off of that Iono. But look at that, that Pal Pad, or excuse me, Pokegear 3.0 was found, and that Genesect could shuffle the deck, so that's how they could have recovered and found the boss for game with the whole, attacking with the Gholdengo, taking a KO, then attacking with the Iron Hands, looking for the Iron Hand boss play to take these last 2 prize cards I was talking about earlier. But again, enough about the past. As our player on the right, I missed what they did as I was steering over here. You see the Iono, of course. Resolving the Iono, getting 4 cards into the hand. Our player on the right is benching the replacement Monkey Dory here. And then Pheasantipede EX, there we go, uses Flip the Script to draw 3 cards from the top of the deck since the opponent took a KO on their last turn. That ability is live. Darkness Energy was found. All the pieces coming together for our Metagross player here as it attached to the Monkey Dory, making its Adrenabrain ability live, where you can move 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So healing up that Metagross on the bench a little bit. Looks like they put the damage on the active. It's probably not enough to clean up the KO on it, but that would be amazing, as that's one of the most powerful things you could do in the Pokemon trading card game is take a knockout before you attack. So they're actually going to put it on the bench, Genesect EX, so the Adrenabrain 30 damage would probably have not have knocked out the heavily damaged Iron Hands. It was hard for me to see all what that damage was. Either way, Metagross Stevens attacks with Metal Stomp, stomping this Iron Hands EX to the discard pile for 2 prize cards in this endgame. 2 prize cards, the 2 prize cards our players have here. As Latias EX slides into the active spot, it's got free retreat thanks to that Skyliner ability. In fact, all basic Pokemon on that side of the field do. And our player is going to play Energy Recycler next, shuffle back up to 5 basic energy cards from the discard pile into the deck. And try to formulate the best plan of what to do next to take these last 2 prize cards before their opponent does. Pheasantipede EX now uses Flip the Script on the left side to draw 3 cards since the opponent took a KO on their last turn. Latias EX retreats into the Gholdengo EX. It uses its coin bonus ability for 2 since it's in the active spot. Meadow Energy found. Now we need a couple superior energy retrieval. Take the one shot on this Metagross EX. 7 energy would be needed to reach that 350 mark for Make It Rain to take the KO, and it looks like time was actually called. And then our Gholdengo player, good player that they are, went ahead and offered the concession to the opponent, and we see Metagross EX, Stevens Metagross EX, excuse me, take down this other game of round one of our league tournament. What do you think of this video and the commentary? Was there anything else our players could have done differently? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you to our players for letting their game be captured so we can all learn and enjoy. And I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.